It's an exciting time for full face helmets as there are a lot of new great models available on the market, making it a difficult task for us to narrow them all down to a top 5. And as full face helmets do generally offer the best protection for your face and head, it's understandable you're considering picking one of these up over a modular or open face helmet. But how do you choose? Well, that's where I come in. I'm going to take you through the most important aspects and give you my opinion on which helmet is best for which type of rider. Off we go. A modular helmet can be worn with the chin bar upwards, and an open face helmet is missing chin protection altogether. So a full face helmet sort of wins the protective competition almost always by default. The 5 helmets I'm going to show you can all be put into the category of sport touring helmets, which is a bit too general, and that's why I'm going to tell you a little something about each lid. At the end of the video you'll know which helmet to choose or not to choose. The Nexx X.R2 is pretty much the only sporty helmet currently available from the Portuguese helmet manufacturer. It's made from a fiberglass, aramid and carbon fiber composite material, which is how they make a strong shell with very low weight, around 1300 grams in the smallest shell size. Strangely enough, the helmet only comes in 2 shell sizes, and I was expecting to see 3 for the price of this lid. We're seeing ample air intakes on the front of the helmet and 2 whopping exhaust vents at the back. Ideal for riding in warm weather to avoid getting all hot and bothered. And of course, like most helmets these days, you can remove the antibacterial inner lining so that you can give it a wash and keep your helmet fresh and clean at all times. I really love the shape, design and colour scheme of this particular helmet, which is actually a limited edition one called Redline. To stay true to this name, this helmet actually comes with a free reddish tinted mirror visor, which makes the helmet look even cooler. Apart from the free extra visor, this lid of course comes with a Pinlog anti-fog lens. I also like the reflective parts that have been added to the sides and the bottom of the helmet. You won't really notice them much while riding during the day, but other people are definitely going to notice you when riding in the dark. With its double D chin strap and its pointy spoiler, this helmet is definitely trying to scream racing helmet, which I personally don't really think that it is. This helmet falls into the sport tour category much more than the sport racing. And although it could be used for track riding, I think it is much better suited for sports bikes and naked bikes on the street. The fit of the helmet could be described as intermediate oval, and it's fairly true to size. The Redline XR2 costs $419.99, but the other models start at $399, which is quite a sharp price for this advanced motorcycle helmet. I appreciate AGV's honesty with their good-looking K6 helmet. Although it is a track-worthy tour sport lid, they're not dressing it up by telling everyone that this is the one that Rossi would use. They simply share the true story, which is that the K6 is loosely based on its bigger and much more expensive brother, the Pista GP-RR, the one that Rossi actually does use. The outer shell comes in 4 different sizes, which is twice as many as the Nexx X.R2. The same counts for the 5 density EPS inner shell, which also comes in 4 different sizes. The weight is 1220 grams in the smallest shell size, making this the lightest helmet in the whole lineup. It's also the only helmet to feature a medium small and medium large variant, which are both housed in different shells. The rock solid shell itself is made from almost 90% carbon fiber, the rest of the material is aramid fiber. The thick and strong outer visor has fantastic viewing angles and a central locking mechanism clasp with a ventilation notch, which is ideal for the warm days. The visor has a thickness of up to 4.3mm and it is said to be able to withstand impact similar to that of an entry-level polycarbonate helmet. The visor is fixed to the shell with a very small but very strong metal mechanism. It also feels fairly sturdy in different notches when raising and lowering the visor. We're seeing 5 ventilation inlets on the front of the helmet. There's 3 here at the top which you simply slide open individually, and 2 at the front that can be operated with this slider. There is 1 large passive outlet on the back of the helmet to release the hot air and keep your noggin cool. The lining of the helmet is also quite unique as it has a sort of memory foam collar that cuddles your neck, keeping the wind out and thus lowering the noise levels inside the helmet. This interior is removable, washable, and it also features emergency quick release cheek pads. The AGV K6 comes with a Pinlog 120 anti-fog lens, it's prepared for wearers of glasses, and it's even possible to install a communication system. Pricing starts at $429.95 for a basic glossy black or white colour, and it goes up to $499.95 for special designs. The Shark Spartan GT Carbon is the newest full-face helmet by the popular French helmet manufacturer. It's not the first version in this series, and we've seen quite a few improvements to this lid over the past years. The tried and tested spoilers help to keep your head stable in the high-speed riding wind, making this a helmet you should definitely consider if you hit the track now and again. However, this is the only helmet in this lineup to feature a drop-down sun visor, something that can be a little off-putting to have on your track helmet. As you may know, this sun visor needs room in which to be housed, and for that reason the area up front has a slightly thinner inner shell, taking away a small portion of impact protection. This is not normally a problem on the road, and countless helmets feature internal sun visors in a safe and responsible manner. But the speeds you can get up to on track make this something to think about if you're going to go for this helmet. Either way, this helmet will work great on a naked bike, sports bike, and quite possibly on a touring bike. Like the AGV, this helmet also features an emergency release system for the cheek pads, preparation for a communication system, and also some channels up around the temples for wearers of glasses. The outer shell is made from a carbon fibre composite and it weighs around 1,550 grams. The outer visor of the Spartan GT Carbon has a very nice luxurious feel to it, and it's also very easy to remove. The visor runs along this little mechanism track, giving you quite a large amount of tiny notches and the freedom to set it up as you please. Now the sun visor, love it or hate it, is also very convenient, and to be honest it's a very pleasant addition to an already very good value helmet. The helmet comes with a Max Vision Pinlog anti-fog lens, a fully removable antibacterial interior, and a 5-year warranty after registration with Shark. These helmets look really good, they've got some great designs and they fit very comfortably too. Shark helmets are known to have a tight fit and also an intermediate oval shape. The pricing starts at €480 and currently goes up to $550. And of course, you're getting the very best price if you shop at fortomoto.com. The Arai Quantic is a sport touring helmet through and through, and at a first glance it might look like most other Arai helmets. Now that's not a dig at the legendary Japanese helmet manufacturer, it's obvious that this is the case as they make all their helmets from the same materials and the same build-up, and that goes for the shell shape too. I really like the minimalistic look of this helmet, especially with the small, simple but effective ventilation intakes on the top, and also the intakes hidden under the logo. Clever. This helmet probably wins for the amount of vents, as they're everywhere, even in the visor. There are a total of 6 intakes on the front and 4 outlets on the back. Arai helmets are handmade and they always have extremely high safety standards. In fact, this is actually the first new helmet that we have in stock that meets the new and long-awaited ECE 2206 certification. This new safety requirement raises the bar for the impact tests done on new helmets, and it will also permanently replace the 2205 rating by 2023. The aerodynamic performance of the Arai Quantic is great, mainly thanks to their many years of experience in making aerodynamic shapes and also using the same build-up, but also thanks to this great spoiler on the back which also hides the exhaust underneath. The interior has been redesigned to offer more comfort, and the helmet now has about 5mm of extra space for your chin. The removal of the inner lining is now also easier, which is very welcome, and of course this crash helmet also includes emergency quick release cheek pads. The helmet naturally comes with a Pinlog anti-fog lens as well, which is in the box. The super strong, complex laminate outer shell comes in 3 different sizes, one per 2 helmet sizes. The weight of this helmet is, to be honest, the biggest downside for me, as it clocks in at about 1600 grams, and that's in the smallest shell size. I know Arai helmets are extremely strong, that you can even stand on them, they can withstand big blasts, but I do wish that they could knock the weight down just a little bit, maybe in future. Then again, at the end of the day, this is a bit of a nitpick, as you'll only really notice the weight when you're not moving or when you're moving at low speed. Arai helmets don't always fit me as well, and this one is actually quite pleasant for me to wear, which is a surprise. The shape can be described as a slightly round intermediate oval. It's a little bit complicated, I know. The pricing starts at €649 for a basic matte black or diamond white colour. Taking a look at Shoei's website, it would appear that the company itself gave the original NXR equal marks for sport, tour and city riding. The NXR2 shows a slight change in this. They're now ranking sports as the top use. I still think that this helmet works on almost any bike, but the very best use would be on sport, naked and track bikes. Like its predecessor, the helmet is handmade from the AIM material, which translates to layers of carbon fibre, fiberglass and organic fibres. The fact that Shoei only uses this combination of materials for all of their helmets shows that they don't and won't cut corners. Weight-wise, it clocks in at around 1365 grams in the second to smallest shell size, only slightly heavier than the original NXR, but still one of the lightest in this lineup. There's a different EPS inner shell for each helmet size and 5 outer shell sizes in total, including the new XX one, which was previously unavailable as the NXR only went up to 2XL. This 3XL size is a special large size helmet that comes in 2 colours, plain white and matte black. The NXR2 is wind tunnel tested. It has 4 ventilation openings on the front, 1 outlet on the back. It features the emergency quick release system, adjustable base plates, a Pinlog Evo anti-fog lens, and of course a double D chin strap. The new CWR F2 visor now features a central locking system for opening and closing the shield, which was previously located on the side. And also these so-called vortex generators at the sides. The aim of these generators is to improve the airflow and reduce the amount of noise passed on to your ears. We're also seeing these solid parts at the side of the helmet's interior, which are there to make sure that the interior puts the pressure of the cheek pads in the right places, again to eliminate wind noise. Like the Arai Quantic, this helmet is one of the very first in our collection that meets the ECE 2206 requirement, and so it's ready for the future. By the way, don't worry if you just bought or are about to buy a helmet with the 2205 rating. This law is of course only for manufacturers and dealers of helmets. Like all modern Shoei helmets, it's possible to get the NXR2 custom fitted to your head with the Shoei Personal Fitting System, a service that's available in all of our shops. The Shoei NXR has an intermediate oval shape and it's true to size. The helmet is very comfortable and it's a big improvement over the original NXR, which was released in 2014 and was one of the best-selling models for many years. The pricing for the plain black and white NXR2 starts at €479 and there are some very good looking colours and designs available for $499 and $599. That brings our 5 best full face helmet video to a close. Thank you for checking it out. I sincerely hope that you have a better idea of which of these helmets might be right for you. It would be very appreciated if you'd like to click the thumbs up button and also subscribe to our channel. That way we can keep up all the hard work and you've always got something informative to watch. Check out our collection of motorcycle helmets over at fortomoto.com or come and see us in one of our shops in the Netherlands. Either way, thanks for watching, ride safe, and I do hope to see you next time. Cheerio!